Uganda's vision for harnessing these resources is steadily materializing. The projects include the Tilenga and Kingfisher projects in the upstream sector, with investments of about $6 billion alongside the East African crude oil pipeline, valued at $5 billion, and the Uganda refinery project estimated at $4 billion, both in the midstream sector. Together with the government's investment in supportive infrastructure and the renewed focus in exploration for additional oil and gas resources, these projects represent a substantial investment of approximately $20 billion into Uganda's economy. I am therefore delighted to present to the public key highlights of the projects of the development of Uganda's key oil and gas projects. On the upstream, the government continues its efforts to make new discoveries and enhance our current petroleum resources, which stands at 6.5 billion barrels, but with 1.5 billion recoverable. Since 2017, Oranto Petroleum Limited and Ama Energy Uganda Limited have held licenses for the Angasa Deep and Shallow Play and Kanyuataba contract areas, respectively. These companies are continuing to require technical studies aiming at drilling exploration wells. In February and May of 2023, additional exploration licenses were granted to Uganda National Oil Company and DGR Tranco Uganda SMC Limited for Kasulubani and the Tranco contract areas, respectively. These licenses concluded the second competitive licensing round, which began in 2019. Both companies are now conducting technical studies and gathering data in preparation for exploration drilling. The ministry is also conducting preliminary petroleum exploration studies in the Moroto-Kadam Basin to assess its oil and gas potential. Similar surveys have started in Choga Basin, with plans to initiate studies in the Hoima Basin soon. Early results suggest the potential for commercial oil and gas in the Moroto-Kadam Basin. These exploration efforts are expected to increase Uganda's petroleum reserves, extend production beyond 25 years, and enhance the viability of the midstream projects such as the refinery and the East African crude oil pipeline. In January 2023, Total Energies, E&P, applied for certificates of surrender for Joby East and Imperial discoveries, followed by the Lake discovery in December 2023. Field assessments were conducted to evaluate site conditions and address compliance issues with the goal of finalizing these handovers. The process is expected to be completed by end of this year. Specifically on the Tilenga projects, the Tilenga project, spanning both the north and south of Nile in the Nuoya district and Bulisa district, is making remarkable progress. 63 out of the planned 426 wells have been successfully completed, with positive hydrocarbon shows in the targeted reservoirs. Additionally, development plans for a liquefied petroleum gas facility have been submitted to government and are currently awaiting approval and issuance of a license. Drilling activities have so far focused on 6 out of 31 well pads that will host 426 producer and injector wells for Tilenga project. The well pads are Jobiri, 5 and 4, Njiri 3 and 1, and Igunya 1 and 4. All 3 rigs designated for drilling are operational, and a total of 63 wells have been drilled as of August 16th, 2024. Currently, 7 well pads are over 85% complete and ready to receive the rig. Civil works at the Tilenga Industrial Area, which will host the Central Processing Facility, CPF, drilling support base, construction camp, and other facilities are at 99.7% complete. All sections of the industrial area have been handed over to the drilling and wells construction and the engineering, procurement, supply, construction, and commissioning contractor. The construction of CPF, the Central Processing Facility, is progressing well, with the erection of the main pipe racks and the construction of equipment and foundation bases underway. Overall completion stands at 47.8%. At the 4,000 occupancy construction camp, 4,000 persons. Assembly of accommodation units continued with a current capacity of 2,500 people, as well as the construction of recreation facilities. On land acquisition, all necessary land for Tilenga project has been secured. The project was able to accomplish voluntary land acquisition for 99.7% of the project affected persons. That is 4,917 out of 4,930. And the cash compensation has been duly and fully paid. In addition, the in-kind compensation for the PAPs, that is land for land, stood at 21 out of the 33 PAPs. This represents 63%. At Kingfisher Development Area Project, this project is located in Chikube District and is operated by Sinok Uganda Limited on behalf of the joint venture partners. The development plan includes, again, a central processing facility like in Tilenga with a capacity of 40,000 barrels per day, and the drilling of 31 wells across the 4 well pads. 31 wells for Kingfisher, which will be accessed through 4 well pads. On the drilling operations, drilling of production wells began on the 24th of January, 2023, using a single rig operated by COSL, C-O-S-L. So far, 9 out of 11 wells which were required for first oil have been successfully drilled. Regarding the engineering, procurement, construction activities, 1, construction of well pad sites and infield roads is well underway with 92% of the work completed. This represents work package 1. There are 4 work packages. The second work package, that is EPC 2, for the supply base station, permanent camp, and safety station is at 82% complete. For the third work package, EPC 3, for the Kingfisher project, which includes the Kingfisher Central Processing Facility, lake water intake pump station, infield flow lines, and well pads, is at 30.3 99% complete.